Hi, everybody. My name's Rich. I use the he, him pronouns, and you watch my YouTube channel where I play amazing tabletop role playing games, The Friends. This is part of my new thing for 2023 I call MCU Sundays, where on Sundays, because I like using prosaic names, I run games set in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It is pretty cool, and we're trying a brand new to me game today called Survivors of the Snap. Now, Survivors of the Snap is this game I found on itch.io. Great place to find cool, weird, independently produced tabletop RPGs. And this one was created by the Sage GC, who runs a podcast called 20 Sided Stories. And he created this Survivors of the Snap game as a companion to a 10 episode, although there are a couple of extra episodes. So 12-ish episodes with 10 content episodes about a indie punk rock flavored group of heroes in LA after the snap in the MCU, and when half of all life was eradicated in the snap of the fingers of a mad titan. So Marvel, Avengers, in-game kind of stuff, or Infinity War. Yeah, Infinity War. So half of all reality disappeared, and this was a very post-apocalyptic time of 5 years before the blip when everyone was returned. So we're dealing in that 5 year span. It's been a couple of years, so it's still painful, all of the people that have been lost, but society is trying to move on. And the snap caused some people to develop powers, other people who had powers and survived have banded together to try to do what, the Avengers didn't exactly do very well, which is keep people safe. I'm using a lot of the very interesting Los Angeles setting information from the game. So the group of this group, the group of this group. Boy, that's great, Rich. These four, I'll say heroes, though, as we find out about all of them, not all. That's not entirely, well, true-ish. They are all either living or hanging out in a place called the Fort, which used to be a planetarium in the Los Angeles area. And the Fort has all the people who worked at the planetarium abandoned it. And these group of folks moved in, led by an inspirational individual who calls himself Roach, and his right-hand lizard man, Siggy, with a number of other colorful figures who live and reside in the fort. But these folks are player characters. In order to help out the fort, in order to keep Los Angeles safe, they go out on occasional missions. And we will be beginning in a mission in just a bit. But before we go any further, I must say that we are using safety tools. Safety tools that we are using are lines. That means that we have a little checkbox list where you can write in some of your own, but we, before the game even begins, define content that we're not interested in exploring, and a line is that. This is a line we don't cross. We have a number of lines. Like I always put in a line against sexual assault, sexual violence. That's just not interesting to me in a happy fun time rolling dice elf game story. I get that others may want to explore that or have that as part of there, but that's just not #not my fun. So we have a line against that. That's totally cool. We also have veils, which is I'm okay if this exists, but I don't want to shine a spotlight on it. So if it happens, we'll either fade to black or cut away quickly. And then we have other content that we're like nervous about, but maybe if in the right context, it could be cool. And I call that ask first, which means that instead of saying my character does blah, or instead of me saying so and so happens, I would out of character approach the group and say, hey, I had an idea about possibly like to grab from our list, possibly this person being mind controlled as to why they're doing this. And we have an ask first on that. And then any one of you can say, can you try it a different way? Or ask a question and say, what if it's like this? And if you say try it a different way, then that's basically an X card, and that's totally cool. Uh, and we'll talk about X card in just a second, but that just means I will come at it a different way, try it a different way. And if I can't think of anything, that's okay too. I'll just say, anyone else have an idea how we could do so and so? And we'll source the table. We got 5 beautiful brains here. I know that if one person's stuck, the other people will have ideas to unstuck. And then I mentioned the X card. That is the trump card in a good way, in case there's content you didn't think would show up in this game, but hits you odd or funny or whatever reason. You can say, hey, I need to X card this thing, and we'll excise it from our play. The only question, I won't challenge you on it. You don't have to defend yourself. You don't need to tell us why you X carded it. I trust you. You're adults. You're here to have fun. You're not here to shut stuff down. If it's bothering you, say something about it. Please don't sit on it. And even if you do decide, okay, maybe this will be okay, and a few minutes down the road, you're like, okay, this is too much for me. I need to. You can still X card. You have not obviated the ability to X card any content. Again, 5 beautiful brains. You can X card a thing. We can retcon. It is okay. If comics can do it, we can do it. So don't you worry about that. Your safety is way more important than any fiction that we've thrown out as part of this game. So with all of that out of the way, I just want to go quickly around the horn and have folks introduce yourself primarily. We'll do a little bit of more introduction of the character when we get in, but do give us a brief blush of the vibe of your character, and then we'll move on into the game. So Mads, I stuck you in the far left-hand side of the character keeper because I did a left to right alphabetized, and Mads was the first. It's wild. We're a very M-heavy group. You'll find it's interesting to me. I think it's super cool. So Mads, if you could introduce yourself and just give us a brief blush, like if this were again, Marvel Cinematic Universe, so I'll try to transition to more cinematic storytelling. But if this happened to be the comic book version of the episode of the show we're watching, this would be the splash page, brief little bullet about the character.
Yeah, I think Miranda DeRime, with the hero alias Certainty, you see her with her hands kind of like outstretched and then basically making a pattern in the air. And first she's making these diagrams of being able to reach through and then pull something out from essentially thin air or an extra dimension, and then she's making another pattern, and then she is changing the age of the unripe banana in front of her and changing it so it is ripe now. And she's just contemplating the two, and she just is peeling the banana and eating it while she is wearing her hoodie and settling in on her bed, drawing on in her sketchbook. Yeah.
Nice. Cool. Thank you, Matt. Then we'll move to the right here for Mari. You're up. Introduce yourself. Tell us a bit about your character.
Yep, I'm Mari, pronouns she, her. I'm playing Tumble, whose real name is Lana McNamara. We, I think, see her, I guess, in whatever practice area the fort has, mid acrobatic tumble with a pair of electro whips, and she's in a red tight suit with some glitter and style to it.
Nice. I like it. Cool. Then, Mark, introduce yourself and tell us a brief bit about your character.
Yeah, I'm Mark. I go by he, them, and my character is Liam Hayes, known in the supers community as Reflex. And I think the splash for him is a little bit of a flashback. He's in a casino on the strip at Las Vegas. and you see him throw dice at a craps table, and from his view there's like 100 dice rolling, and he kind of focuses in on one that comes up a 7, and everyone goes nuts, and he is taken away by some large gentleman.
Oh, that's cool. I like that he tries to use it for evil or for selfish reasons, not evil, and fails. Like, boy, can't even get that
he
right.
does it. He does it. He just
That's true.
doesn't. They just don't like his winning streak.
Nice. We pick up again. This game is set in Los Angeles, where I've never been, but I've seen movies, so it's good enough, right? I basically have been there. It's a lot of Matrix moments that we'll be stealing from. Rich says, admits, maybe Clueless, a little bit of Clueless. Anyway, we start on the LA freeway, and just so we have a picture, I've got a. Yeah, here we go. So just as a reminder, the Los Angeles freeway, an ocean of concrete that is dotted by thousands of vehicles traveling to and fro. And the group of you are your mission that you've been given, which you chose to accept because we're just dropping you right in. You're going to have to say yes to this. Sorry.
Before we start, I think we missed Brent. I think we missed Sabine.
I am so embarrassed. Sabine, I am so sorry. Wow. Hey, Sabine, could you please introduce yourself and tell us about your character?
Hi, I'm Sabine. My name doesn't start with an M, so I got overlooked. It's fine. It's fine. I'm used to it. No, I'm not. I'm going to play Kevin, what's his last name? Stone, who goes by the hero name's wrong. Goes by the name of Grunt. And when you see him, he is. I think he's. Oh yeah, he's in front of the Ford, and there is a car parked there that clearly is in violation of parking stuff, and also somebody wants to exit the Ford, and Grunt comes lumbering up, looks at the situation, takes the car and pushes it rather gently to the side, like, and waves the other car like, yeah, go.
Nice.
And then then when the car is gone, he lights up a cigarette because he's a smoker. Try e-cigarettes, but don't do anything for him.
Oh man, come on! But the e-cigarettes they smell better or something? I don't know. Cool. Sorry again, Sabine. We start on the LA freeway with all 4 of you now gathered. The mission which you accepted. We're moving past that. We're not having you meet at a bar and stumble around to get to know each other. You're en route. Someone has stolen. A small gang have stolen a number of tankers of liquid nitrogen and are on the LA freeway taking them somewhere. Siggy called to you guys over his little walkie-talkie because Roach found out about this through his contacts, and you guys are out there to stop. This is a group known as the 9 Titans. Titans being a pretty heavy word after the snap was caused by the Mad Titan. So who knows what they're trying to accomplish there. But we see several of the, again, thinking about Terminator 2, the huge truck of liquid nitrogen and long cylindrical tanker. There are several of them in a row heading down the highway. So when we pick up, I'll say Reflex, you were able to choose the best method for everyone to try to reach and catch them because you looked into several futures, right? You've already done that. What is it that we've determined? How are you guys traveling on the LA freeway to try to catch these liquid nitrogen trucks?
I think I think Liam has a little bit too fancy of a sports car that fits everyone. And you can kind of see him like just like flowing like water through traffic. So I can like see all of the like where people are going to go, where they're going to merge and stuff. And it looks extraordinarily dangerous from the outside, but for him, it's just like walking, basically.
Nice, nice. I love that. That is very, very cool. So this is a sports car. I will ask certainty. Did you make sure that this sports car was a ragtop or a convertible, or did you make sure that it is a hard top for whatever reason?
I think I want to say it's one of those convertible tops, because sometimes some of us get a little bit wild and crazy, and then we need the top down so people can do their shtick.
Okay,
Without worrying about blowing the roof off anyway. So
sounds good. And then Grunt, were you able to get in the front because Reflex is driving? Grunt, are you in the front? Or are you stuck in the back?
I don't know, whatever the others think is fine, I guess. So I can be in the back if you want me to. So I think I'm pretty good at driving. But
It's true.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But I won't. But if Reflex wants to drive, I'm fine. I don't have powers of foreseeing traffic jams.
Well, Tumble, are you in the front or the back seat? And what do we see you doing? Okay, you're in front. Awesome. And you've got a red outfit, if I remember correctly. Is there a mask, a hood, anything along those lines, or hair flying free? What do we see?
Her hair's in a bun, and I think there's a mask that covers her lower face.
Very cool. Nice. Reflex, as you are driving, coming closer to the liquid nitrogen truck, as we saw foreshadowed in your excellent use of your powers at the casino, you still got caught. The guy who's in the back of this caravan seems to notice that you're just weaving through traffic. And when you come up, he pulls over and he's trying to knock you aside in your cool. Imagine you chose a cherry red convertible.
Yeah. He's played by Nick Cage, so it's something flashy, a little bit too much.
Oh man, Nick Cage is playing this character. I love it. So I would like for you to make a roll. We're going to do our first die roll. I think I'm going to do this as a personal roll. And based on the way the game's defined the different powers, power driving is underneath power. So you're going to need to roll a d6, and you have to roll under your power stat of 3.
Right.
So which of the dice did you choose in our cool little die roller? Or do you not throw any up yet? That's okay if you
I didn't throw any up yet. Yeah, let me grab one of those and one of those. And there we go.
All right, cool. So you just put them out onto the table. So let's have you go ahead and roll a d6. You're trying to roll under a 3.
Okay.
So Chansey, this could be very dangerous. I'm quite excited about this.
I got a 3.
Oh, it's a roll under. So that is in the more traditional styles. It is not a big success. It is just a failure. If you were listening to the podcast version of this, it'd be blah, blah. The guy in the tanker swerves to the left, and you zip out of the way, seeing that immediate future of him starting to hit you. But then you see there's another vehicle there that you would slam into the back of it, and you see that there's like it's one of those like a station wagon, and there's a kid who was like looking right at you. So you slam on the brakes and spin out a good bit, and everyone is you do a couple of 360s on the highway, and the trucks are continuing forward. Luckily, it's very busy traffic. They haven't gone that far forward, but they are aware of your presence. Grunt, after all this, as the 360s are happening and you guys come skidding to a stop for a moment, what do you do?
was getting to the stop. I was fiddling around with the dice. I'm so sorry. I missed the
It's okay.
question.
So we skidded to a stop. The trucks are continuing on, and
No.
the camera focuses
they're-
on you. What are you doing?
I don't want to. I mean, we have the top open, right?
Yes.
So I think I'll just I just get up and I jump onto one of the trucks or in front of one of the trucks, maybe. Maybe
Okay,
not
so
in
you want to
front.
get up and you'll need to run up to catch to them because they were
No,
continuing
I
forward.
can't run up to catch them. I can jump. Jumping is a
Ooh,
method
neat.
because that uses strength. I can use my strength there. I'm not very fast, but I can jump a long distance.
Nice little Hulk jump style. I
Yeah.
love it. I
And then
think it is.
maybe try to
Yes.
catch one of the trucks and divert it. Not just stop it because I don't want it to go over me and explode, but just like push it a little to the side. So
Okay, so your plan is to attack the truck with your massive supernatural strength. That
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
scary, and
Yeah,
I'm here for that. I think that's going to be a powerful roll.
Oh no.
So yeah, you're going to be rolling powerful, but you get to roll with your strength. And so this one is
It's a D20 and I have my strength.
I am going to
right?
set a target number. You're going to roll a d20, you add
Ooh.
your strength, and I'm going to say that you will need an impressive roll. So you'll need a 16. Very
Oh,
high
wow,
target
okay.
number.
Okay. I'll probably fail. Oh, we'll see how that goes.
You never know.
Wow,
It's a d20.
I've got a 15, so almost.
So close. So you
So close.
Hulk leap forward, and were you trying to jump all the way into it and use just the force of your jump to slam into the tanker, you think?
No, I think I was trying to get in front of it and kind of push it to the side. Maybe
like push it to the side.
get
Awesome.
the angle a little wrong and get run over, which doesn't probably hurt me, but still.
I mean, I think it hurt a little bit. It is a truck, but we'll see. We'll see. So you almost succeed. So I think you shove into the truck, but let's see what prevents you from succeeding. I think what I'm seeing in my head is that you shove it to the side. It starts to skid to a stop, but the guy in the front seat, he like leans out and he fires a gun, several bullets at you. And you realize that you probably don't want to just eat bullets. So there's a bit of hesitation. He's able to continue forward, but he is definitely slowed down. Tumble, what are you doing as you see your compatriot Grunt jump forward and heroically try to stop the truck in the back? What are you doing?
I think I want to see if I can get in position to use one of my whips to take out the tires of one of the.
Ooh, nice. I like that. Good. So let's say, are you running up? How are you reaching? They are perhaps half a football field away.
She's gonna cartwheel somersault her way there.
Awesome. I love it. Cool. So let's have her do. I think we are going to have you make an attack with energy, and you're just taking out tires. So I'm going to say that is you're going to need a 10 or better on this.
All right.
The driver is distracted.
All right. So I'll use that one. These two. Oh. So I have a 12. Or, well, no, I need
Nice.
to add 4 for energy, so I have a 16.
That's a heck of a good roll. Okay, that does beat the easier target number, made easier because the driver is not worried about his tires with some guy trying to shove his truck aside. you are able to take out, I'm imagining it's like the two sets of tires, right? And your electric whip slashes across, the rubber explodes, and all of a sudden this thing, boom, it drops down. The axle is grinding along the pavement, throwing sparks cinematically up in heroic ways. Certainty, it looks like Tumble and Grunt have been able to cause a bit of could be some trouble here with this truck. What are you doing?
Now, is the truck slowed down or completely
It's
stopped?
in the process. It's in the process of slowing down, and will have to stop. Yes.
Okay. Just trying to think. So I think what she's doing in the back seat is she is, as everybody else is doing their thing, and then reflexes moving the car, maneuvering the car. She's used to doing this. She's actually creating a window with her hands, like, making a pass in front of her. And then she's imagining reaching through and seeing the steering wheel of the truck itself, and then reaching through this dimension door and then steering the truck to the side.
Oh, wow. That sounds very powerful. I am quite interested in how this is going to go.
Me too.
So, yeah. Let's have you roll with powerful. It sounds like you were using
Oh,
energy.
actually, you know what? Let me just change that just slightly. So
Yeah,
instead of like in front of her, like for the hands, she's doing it by her feet. So this way she can see the brake pedal and then stomp on the brakes. That's it.
Oh, interesting. Cool. And then the goal here is, because we'd established it's probably in the process of stopping. Are you trying to make sure that it stops without hurting anyone else? Or
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I like that. So let's say that you're going to need a lucky 13 on your D20 roll, but you do get to add in your massive energy,
Okay.
powerful stat. So chances are good for you. Maybe we'll see if you save some others by
All right.
twisting reality.
Okay. So not sure why it says okay. So I've got an 11, so plus 6 is a 17.
Fantastic. So what does it look like when you pull this truck to a stop?
Yeah, so I mean, I can literally see the driver's foot like on the on the gas, like as they're trying to speed away or like pull away. But then I'm able to put my foot down through my dimension door and then like slowly bring it to a stop, like control, like almost quick kick his own foot away and then like be able to put my foot on the brake and then help slow it down enough that Grunt can get a purchase and then Tumble can get closer and take care of the tires. So
Nice. Sweet. Reflex, we swing back to you. You see that they have Certainty, Tumble, and Grunt, Certainty still in the car with you, have teamed up together to stop the trailing of the little caravan, but the others continue on, like they're not slowing down. What do you do about that?
Yeah, I would really like to get in front of them and just kind of stop traffic altogether, whether it's directly in front of the truck or a few cars up, just to create a mess so they have to park a little bit.
Nice. Cool. So I want to see you play with time a little bit here. So yeah, give me a time roll as you're trying to focus here and with a little bit of style, make your way to the front to try to stop them.
So I'm rolling under 5, right?
You are.
All
Jeez,
right.
good.
Let's see. That's the 3 again. I think that works.
That does work. What does that look like?
Yeah, I think so. I'm still doing the same. I like go. There's 6-ish lanes, so I pull wide to avoid the trucks because I can kind of see them smashing me up against the guardrail and messing up my very nice car. So I weave ahead a little bit more and start to in the far right lane, say, and again, from the outside, looks very recklessly, but to me, very safely, going through the holes and pulling up in 3 or 4 cars ahead, and just pull the emergency brake and slide there. And as I'm kind of like watching the oncoming traffic coming at me, I see one where I get clipped by a minivan and go spinning, and then no, I'm not doing that. Reality. See another one where the trucks aren't able to stop in time and smash into a couple people. Like, okay, steer a little bit this way so that doesn't happen, and just sort of fade until I see the one where the cars all stop behind me and the trucks have to like jam on their brakes, and you can see smoke from the rubber hitting the road as they kind of slide to a stop.
Very, very cool. Certainty, you are a co-pilot on this mad dash, as you don't see the reflexes reality warping, so some of his intuition has got to be unnerving. When the lead tanker looks like, oh, this is just a little sports car, I'm gonna run over them. What do you do about that?
I think the shadow of the truck is bearing down on us, or certainty actually like kind of after hitting the brake on the one truck, like she turns around and then looks behind and then sees it bearing down on us. And I think at this point, this is when she does the hand gestures again like a window, and then she will she will create a ramp, like from the back of the sports car. So this way it's of an energy material that it cannot crush, like it's literally like holding itself up. So this way the truck will go up on the ramp and then take a what is that, like take a little air as it's coming over us. It cannot
wild.
crush us. It cannot break through that.
That sounds awesome. I think you're leaning back into your energy again.
Yeah.
But this one sounds much harder.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say that you're going to need to be impressive here. The difficulty will be a 17.
Sure. Okay. Oh, please, God. Let's see. Can I reroll? 19 plus 6 is a 25.
Well, 25. That is awesome. I think the truck goes over top of you guys, but that ramp, like, it's not going to get air. This is not. Oh shoot! What was the Keanu Reeves can't go below 65 movie where they're in the
Speed?
Yes, thank you. This is not Speed, where the vehicle's gonna like Dukes of Hazzard it up. It kind of just goes up and over.
Right.
And then when the truck goes over, like it gets stuck, and there's this unseen force above your heads that now the tanker is over your head, so it can pile out of left and right side. I don't know if you paid for insurance for this rental or if you just stole it, but okay, good call. Awesome. We swing back to Grunt and Tumble as the driver and a passenger. They're going to fire on you guys with guns. I think they're just firing straight at you, Tumble, first, because it's hard to. One guy had his gun, so there's a passenger side guy. He's going to swing out. And I guess he'll pop up on top of the cab real quick, and he's got an AK-47. He's firing as fast as he can at you, Tumble. What do you wish to do about that?
I want to backflip out of the way and then try to either stun him with my whips or knock the gun out of his hands.
Nice. Okay, so I'm going to do a thing describing the rules for this one. It's a more demanding test, so you're going to be rolling both dice, meaning a full red. You're going to roll a d6 against your time and a d20 against your speed. That will determine if you're able to dodge out of the way and also attack back at them. We'll say that the difficulty for your speed is an amplified. So we'll call it a another lucky 13.
All right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, cool.
All right. So my D6 is a 2,
Success.
which is a success, and my D20 is a 19 plus 4, so 23. So
Wow. How do you take out this guy with his AK-47?
So I tumble out of the way of the shots and mid flip, flick my whip at him and pull him out of the little hatch, and he goes tumbling across the road and loses his gun.
Nice. Yeah, he is down for the count. But we have the guy who is firing on you, Grunt. He's gonna keep shooting at you.
I'm gonna keep ignoring that because I mean, just bullets, right? I don't mind bullets; they tickle a little. And I walk up to him and I take his gun and I say, "You're having a bad day, buddy. Sit down. Sit this one out."
Ooh, interesting. So it's more like you're trying to get him to
Yeah,
just give up,
yeah,
intimidate the guy. All
Yeah.
right, cool. Let's give you a personal on this, and
that's
Let's
strength,
see.
right?
um,
Wait, it's power, intimidate.
sure, yeah, intimidate for sure. You're absolutely
Yeah.
intimidating him. Let's see. You roll personal. Roll a d6,
Mhm.
trying to get below your power. Your power is very strong.
Fine. Yeah, well, that's why I'm trying to do this. Yeah, I've got a success.
Sweet. The guy's like, that wasn't my
Hey.
gun. I was holding it for a friend.
Yeah, maybe go and grab a coffee and. Okay.
Oh, so I could just go? Just like abandon this vehicle and I'm out of here? Does that sound good?
Yeah, fine with me.
Oh, he'll pop out of the cab and. All right, did you yank him out of the cab
I
to
think
intimidate?
I opened the door, grabbed the gun. I think he stumbled out. He fell out when that
Yeah,
happened.
like that. He's just going to take off and run away then.
But I'm getting into the car.
Okay, yeah, you get into the truck and you're hearing the radio. I'm stuck on top of a vehicle. I thought I would crush it, but it's like, what's going on here? Just keep driving. No, I can't. I'm stuck. All right.
Abandon the mission. Abandon the mission. We're fucked. These are real superheroes. Abandon the mission. Run for your lives. They don't take prisoners. Car's already dead. No idea who Car is, but
Carl's already dead. That's awesome. I think that is pretty wild. Are you trying to sound like the guy you just intimidated?
vaguely, yeah. I mean, they're. I feel they. Yeah. Vaguely. I'm not good at this
Okay.
though.
Awesome. Give me a mind roll.
Mind, huh? That is knowledge, persuasion. Can I go for reality because it says deception there?
Oh, you know what? You certainly can. Go for reality. You're
Cool.
slightly better at that.
Okay. I mean, not a lot, but probably won't work. But you never know. No, it does. It doesn't work. Probably the guy wasn't.
Does it work?
No,
He's
it's
like,
a 4. It's over.
Who's Carl? Just keep going. Kill those idiots. And it sounds like you were unable to diffuse this situation with your clever deception. Your clever facade failed. Who's surprised?
Was worth a try, right?
Absolutely. So let's swing back up to the crushed car that is not crushed. I also think Grunt trying something new and different. Way to go. Good job. Sorry that it didn't work out, but while this game doesn't have any advancement, I'm sure maybe something will happen later and you'll be less bad at it. I'm sure. Anyway, up front, where you have stopped the caravan successfully, reflex and certainty. What is your plan now? We'll check in with Reflex. You're not really able to drive the car right now.
Yeah. It's like I'm gonna have to ask Grunt to take care of that when the time comes. Yeah, I think I just sprint towards the remaining the non-disabled trucks, I guess, and see what how many trucks are there?
Right now, there is one more truck to deal with. That one is trying to do the little thing of like back up a little bit. He actually slams into the side of a van and he's trying to peel around you guys to get out of here.
Yeah, just sprinting towards the driver's side of that one to see if I can help.
Ooh, nice. So yeah, you sprint forward. You're trying to catch a truck. That seems not impossible in this kind of traffic. So what is it that you are interested in doing once you, I mean, this is the perennial dog chasing a car thing. Once you catch the car, what are you going to do?
Yeah. Hope that certainty is keeping up with me and just grab onto the pull myself up onto the side, open the door, and if there's a guy in there, grab him and pull him out.
Oh, you certainly see certainty is not certain is not a word I should use because that's going to get confusing. You most definitely see a reality where he shoots you in the face.
Yeah.
So I think
disregard that reality.
Swipe. It's a tender swipe hard away. Cool. Let's have you then try to choose a reality where you don't get shot.
Yeah, that'd be a great one.
I think so too. Let's call it a powerful roll. And
Defensive?
yeah, defensive feels good. Let's call this amplified. So you're going to need a 14 or better.
Okay, cool. Let's see. 14, and that's plus a 5. 6 plus 5 is 11. That's not a 14. Boom.
So you tell me, why did you end up, were there no realities where you couldn't get shot, or was there a reality where you chose to get shot because the other options were worse?
First question, is there more than one guy in the truck or just the driver?
I think lead truck, there are a couple of them here, passenger and driver.
Yeah. So I think I see the driver pull a gun and bang 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 at me, and I just don't do those ones. But I'm focused on him and grabbing him, and I did not notice the guy in the passenger seat, and so I did not see that one coming at me.
Oh, wow. Ooh. Sweet. Certainty, you see what what Reflex missed. And as you're rushing to catch up to Reflex, he's darting to get to the driver, and then the passenger is like aiming his, I mean, we're going for another AK-47. He's aiming his AK-47 to hit Reflex full on. What do you do?
So she had gotten out of the car and was kind of dodging in between cars that had been stopped or what have you to try to get some cover, seeing that they would be pulling out some guns. I mean, like, it's obviously assumed that they're going to have some sort of guns, but she's creating like a frame, like around what she sees. And then everybody that looks like they're pulling out a gun, especially like the AK-47 or whatever, she's drawing in the air. She's drawing replacements for them. So in the ones that have handguns, she's drawing bananas, and for the one that has the AK-47, she's creating like a she's creating a tree branch really quick. Like, she's drawing a tree branch in the air.
Wild. Fantastic. I am a big fan of this. This is for sure powerful. And it is quite difficult. So I'm going to say that this is an 18.
Okay.
Very, very, very hard to do. But
sure.
They will be completely disarmed and stick and bananaed.
Oh God, 19.
Got it right on?
13
That's
plus
amazing.
6. Yeah.
Wow. So the guy pulls the trigger on his stick reflex, and you see a reality where you're shot. You see multiple realities where you're shot, but none of them come true as one reality. I don't know. Did you see the reality where she certainty reshaped reality, or was that a complete surprise? What do you think?
I think there's, in my mind, I'll look over the shoulder, the guy with the gun, and I see, just hundreds and hundreds and thousands of superpositions where, like, there's just bullets hitting me everywhere. I'm frantically trying to swipe those away. And I think the very last one, I'm like panicking because I can't not get shot. And I like instinctively flinch and look back, and like I don't think I even saw that one because it just isn't really it's not a possibility. It's an impossibility that certainty makes, and it's like bracing for it and just waiting for it.
I think you see
Okay.
like two thumbs like come up from like the side and go thumbs up.
Nice.
We're a good team. Good team.
That is amazing. So you guys have stopped with the car and the weird force. One of the three tankers is still stuck. You've now stopped the passenger and driver of the middle, and then back where Tumble and Grunt are, you have whiplashed and or intimidated to run away the last of the group. So I'm sure Tumble, it seems like you guys have stopped these tankers. What do you want to do with the person that you've lashed and disarmed and thrown to the asphalt? He's gonna try to run away if you don't do something about it.
That seems fine. Like I don't know that we're trying to capture all of them.
Okay,
But
cool. Yeah, he looks back a couple times to make sure he's not going to get electric whipped, but he's going to run and then like hop over an embankment and run across the hard dirt away. Let's swing up to certainty and reflex after you guys have banana and sticked the guys in the middle tanker. Reflex, what are you doing? Is that one guy tried to shoot you and then you grab his buddy out? He's unable to do anything at the moment because he thought he had a gun.
So is he out of the truck? Where is he now?
Sure, you've yanked the driver out of the truck.
Yeah. I think I'd just put my snakeskin boot on his chest and take his banana and peel it open. So, what's your story, man?
Nice. So whoa. Okay, I'll tell you. Just like you can keep the tanker. We don't care. We stole it anyway, right? Right?
For who? You don't look smart enough.
Thanks. It's kind of hurtful, but maybe I don't look super smart fighting super heroes. What are you guys called? He's like trying to buy time at this point.
We're called the guys who's going to turn this into something. They're going to turn this into something that you're not going to like if you don't start talking.
Oh man, he says.
Finish it up and like dangle the peel over his face.
Oof. Okay, yeah. You threaten with a banana peel. That's it. He says, "Listen, we're just doing this work for the Black Rose. It's a new ring, a gang. They're trying to take over the underworld in L.A."
Oh, certainty. You ever hear of these guys?
No,
Ooh.
he could be lying.
Hmm.
No, it's the truth, man. What do I care? Why should I cover for those guys? The Titans, we just work for whoever can pay. And the Black Rose, they've got the most money.
You sure? Because these could be 100 tarantulas in just a second if I let this go.
Wow. His eyes get wide.
like look back at Certain to be like,
She nods. She's like, sure.
Wow. Yeah, he believes that. That is not even a die roll because he's already seen his gun become a banana. So he says, please, seriously, like, if you want to take out Black Rose, go for it. I'll just find somebody else to work with. And I think as Grunt is walking up, he'll be like, Kevin, hey man, help me out here.
Why would I be walking up? I'm in the truck.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I'm driving. I drive the truck up and get out, maybe. So yeah, that's fine. So yeah, sure. I get out, walk up, and yeah, then he can say his thing, and I look at him and I say, what's his name?
Oh, that's a great question. Let's say his name is Josh.
Oh, hey Josh, still making bad life choices, I guess.
Don't judge.
No, I'm not. I'm just telling. Because you're on the ground being threatened by a banana, and I just got your truck. So.
I mean, I stole it, so sure, it's your truck now.
Yeah.
Listen, you remember us? The Titans? By the way, we took that name before the whole stab thing. We just kind of kept it because t-shirts and stuff.
You might want to rethink that. Because you might attract some attention. I mean, Captain America is still around, you know that? And a lot of people have issues with Titans, so I don't know why you... I mean, do your thing.
Fair enough. Listen, yeah. So talk to Crazy Spider Lady. Like, we're just it's just a job. We're just mercs.
Where do you find them?
We're working for the Black Rose. They're doing something weird. They would need a whole bunch of like nitrogen.
We'd like a
Told us
name,
to
Josh.
Our place.
Ooh. Okay, cool. So he is already in fold mode, so he will say, yeah, so the guy's called the Eel. He's the one who's leading the Black Rose. I'm not sure what he wants. I can go? Yeah? Because the cops are slow, but they're eventually going to show up.
Just drop the peel on his face and just choose a better future, Josh. And leave him to grunt.
Nice. That is good. I like that moment. So we will end that scene with you guys gathering a bit of intel, if that's cool. What I'd like to do is just take another bio break. And then when we come back, we'll have you guys arriving at the fort. Okay? Cool. Excellent. Welcome back. After talking to Josh, the leader of the unfortunately named 9 Titans, you are able to... So I'm curious, do you hand over the tankers, or do you just abandon them now that they're not being stolen and taken for nefarious purposes? Do you wait for the cops to eventually show up and take hold of things, or do you do the Spider-Man whatever, leave the scene but make sure that nobody's going to do bad with?
I don't want to wait for the cops, so if you want to do that,
I'd probably lean towards the
stand over
Spider-Man.
there.
I think Certainty will have created what the hell they call them, like boots or whatever for the trucks, the ones that haven't already been disabled in some weird ass way. Then she's creating some boots for the trucks so they cannot move.
Oh man,
just turning the tires into actual boots,
something like that. Just like fucking it up so they can't be driven off, or like securing the nitrogen so they like nobody can get to them until the cops come, for sure.
Okay, cool. Yes.
taking the keys out of the ignition, just for games.
Sure, do that too.
Yeah, I'm that dude. I'm just
Okay. Then you are able to make sure nobody can take advantage of liquid nitrogen tankers, and can't really take the sports car back because, it's fine. You find another way to get back to the fort. The fort was once a planetarium. Nobody is directly responsible for having founded it. It just kind of happened. Everybody at the Griffith Observatory after the snap vanished. Just bad luck, really. It was unattended to, and there were squatters of all kinds who started flooding in. And a lot of stuff was stolen, but by year 2, some folks started to make it their home. And the fort now is the haven for indie heroes. And the fort folk mantra is do it yourself. If you're a hero, you want to be seen, this is your new home. Powers are valid, your voice will be heard, your time is now. So as you guys arrive at the fort, you know that gate guy is there waiting. He always demands a password. So there's one of the rolling gates at the main entrance, and he goes, all right, what's the password? He calls over a little speaker. He's looking out.
Carl. The password is Carl. Let us in.
All right. And the gate starts coming up, and you guys walk in. There's punk music playing in the background. Of course, there are people hanging out. There's a person who's gift bag has wired up the main view screen and is showing some FIFA soccer where they've had to combo a lot of the countries now to make enough of a viable team. But there's some soccer going on. Heavy smell of marijuana floats in the air from several pockets of fort folk who are hanging out and having fun. Reflex, do you live here or mostly hang out here for jobs?
Probably live here.
Nice. And if you guys take a look, as a reminder, the fort is mapped out. So if you want to take a look, I am curious, where is it that Reflex has called home? Is there a particular area that he throws a cot down in?
Gift shop, for sure.
Ooh, so you're hanging out with Gift Bag then?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's where he calls his lab.
Yeah, I think we get along. He's the smart one. I'm the pretty one.
Technically, I think we're both smart and not ugly. So, what about Tumble? What's your relationship with the fort and the fort folk? Do you live here or?
Yeah, Tumble lives here. I think she didn't have anywhere else to live, so, or that she wanted to live. I think set up in one of the space exhibit areas, which I guess is near the gift shop, but
Nice. We're just trying to find the gift shop again. I haven't memorized.
looks like it's on the bottom right.
Yeah, bottom right of the.
Oh, thank you, Stellar Emporium gift shop.
Yeah.
So the Gunther Depths of Space exhibits and the Edge of Space exhibits. You're in one of those.
Yeah.
Nice. Where's the space exhibits? There's lots of graffiti spray painted along the walls. Tumble, have you made this? Is this generally the place where you say, let's say you're in the Edge of Space exhibit? If that's cool.
Yeah.
All right. Nice. What about Grunt?
I think I live there for sure. I came here. Nothing much, so I live there. I do, if something tumbles down, I put it up. And I live in the cafe at the end of the universe because there is a coffee machine there. So That's my not basically my space. Anybody else is welcome, but that's where I hang my hammock or something. Also, it's got good exits.
And then last but not least, what about you, Certainty?
I want to say, even though Certainty wants to be close to the food and I guess some of the action and such, I feel like she would have gone over to the Leonard Nimoy Event Horizon Theater, and she would
Nice.
have like kind of kind of made it like some of the space, not all of the space, but some of the space her own, like where she makes sure that nobody else is like, fucking around in there and like, messing it up like with graffiti or anything like that. But I mean, or at least if they're gonna do graffiti, make sure it's tasteful and not just like, some stupid, like nonsensical thing. I mean, like, if you're gonna do art, you best be sure you're doing like meaningful art, in there. And she'll kind of go there to not only you know where she lives, but she's like, it's kind of like her musing space, because I mean it's so big and wide, and then just kind of looking up every so often to the, I guess, and I don't know if this is the way it is actually inside, but I mean, like, she imagines there's a big dome area, and
Totally.
yeah,
Totally.
she's gonna totally like hang there. And if anybody wants to come and check out her space, like, they're welcome.
So the four of you are all second story crew. I love it. I think that is really cool. Love the choices everybody made. And of course, there are the stairs to main level. But it's always so wonderful to take the cosmic connection, which is a long ramp that heads up, and it's pristine, untouched by any hands who have invaded the for it feels sacred. And when you walk through the cosmic connection, there's always this just, it could be just a trick of the sound and the echoes, but it always feels like you're walking through space, and it makes you feel more connected to everyone throughout. All the smells fall away, and you just have those moments to walk quietly through the cosmic connection up to the edge of space exhibits. Second floor crew, you guys all arrive, and when you get home, start setting up. Of course, before long, Roach finds out that you're here. Door guy told him, and he'll come around. Hey, Siggy, the lizard man who has the mutant ability to emit copious amounts of smoke. But Roach says, "Hey, you guys! So I heard on the news, the 616 radio, that you guys were really successful there. Stopped all the tankers. What the hell was going on?"
Black Rose, one of those trucks that have stolen. Some person calls themselves the Eel, is probably doing some weird stuff with that.
I never heard of a black rose.
Never heard of an eel. I mean, basically the animal, okay, but not. Well, anyway.
And those are at the aquarium. Yeah.
All right. Kind of weird.
Yep.
All right. Cool. Yeah, good work, guys. It's really what we like. It's keeping an eye, keeps a pulse on things. So it sounds like there's some new criminals coming around trying to make some trouble or something. Hey, Reflex, if you get a chance, talk to Gift Bag. Maybe he can try to access some shield files that the eel guys been around before the snap. Maybe they have that some info or something. I don't know.
On it.
Good deal. Everybody hurt? Everybody okay?
I mean, none of us are hurt.
Cool. A guy comes walking up from behind the two of them, says, "You need some soup?" He's got a big, like, potato soup.
Sure.
Cool. He's got a bag that he's stuffed a bunch of mismatched bowls. So he grabs a bowl from one of the bags and a spoon from this little bandolier that he has. And he slops some soup into the soup bowl and hands each of you a bowl of soup. And he says, it's like minestrone mostly. It's good.
Is this
Carry.
Clyde? Matter of fact.
No, it's soup guy.
Soup guy.
He's not
Yes.
He's not.
He's not just like making soup, but
No, he actually cooks soup and then he carries it around to deliver to people. That's his whole
Excellent.
thing. Is he makes sure everyone's well fed with
Thanks,
soup.
Soupy.
I think Certainty has like kind of like, you know, done a turn in the air, and then she reaches in and then she pulls out like one of those like thermoses, like, you know, food containers, and says like, don't worry about it, soup guy, just like go ahead and like, you know, top me off. And then
Oh, he'll try to eat it.
Yeah.
Coughs in there a little bit. He's very nervous. He like swipes around the edge there.
Thank you.
It's his thumb,
Appreciate
hands up in
it.
the thumb.
Yep.
Then he'll toddle off with his bandolier of spoons and his bag of bowls to ask if other folks need some soup. So with Reflex being the only one who got marching orders, what are you doing, Tumble?
I think I'm gonna like, I don't know, see who's in the fort to talk to, catch up on what's going on.
Neat. Do you imagine that Tumble has befriended Masha or Lily from the Scavengers?
Let me see.
Lily is like in her mid-teens. Masha's in her early 20s. Masha is roulette. She's a little reserved. Lily is definitely living the punk rock spirit and a bit more in your face.
Probably Lily.
Nice. Cool. So yeah, Lily, of course, told that she's still underage, but she tries to get away with stuff. You would find Lily. Yeah, she'd probably be up on the second floor. She's trying to crack open in the Boeing Education Center. There was a bolted down projector that looks like it stopped working, and Gift Bag hasn't bothered with it, so she's trying to pry it open. She normally wears, like you, she wears a mask, but she does it because she has synesthesia, like hypersenses, and very strong smells can bother her, so she tries to avoid that. So when you come in, she's got a Phillips head trying to work on what really a Phillips head isn't supposed to work on. Hey, Tumble, I'm trying to pry this cover off. I was thinking, you know, if we could get it working again, we could like watch movies. Because all I've got is this stupid laptop and the screen's cracked.
Oh yeah. That doesn't look like the right tool. Maybe you could get Certainty to turn it into the right tool.
Well, if I'm gonna bother Certainty, she'll just like magic up a whole thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was just thinking I could do it myself. But you can help.
Sure. Yeah, if you don't mind, I'll see if I can figure out pry it up or
Cool.
something.
So, like, how did you figure out you could use whips and stuff? Did you just steal those, or you make them?
No, my brother, before the snap, was a scientist for one of Stark's companies, and apparently he was working on it at home, and well, he's not around, and nobody knew he had them. And I had done normal whip tricks for the circus, but mostly did acrobatics and aerials and trapeze and stuff. But
Man, circus, huh? It's wild.
yeah, most of them aren't around now, but there's one guy who's up in Portland now doing I don't know what, but
Well, I'm glad you're here.
yeah, It's a nice community.
So
It
let's
reminds me a bit of the circus, just a bunch of odd people together.
yeah. Let's put this to a roll and see if you guys are able to repair this projector. I think it's going to be probably something in the, we'll call it a personal roll, and it's mind, but you're working together. So I'm going to give you, instead of your normal mind stat, you can roll under a 3, then you'll be okay.
All right, let's see what I get. 4.
Oh, not
No.
quite. So you guys are able to pop the cover off. You take a look at a mass of wires and realize that it just, you could put it together, but there are a couple of parts that need to be replaced. There's no manual, there's no way to know where to find these kind of parts, but it looks like it's a lost cause. How long do you work on it before you decide that it's just, before you decide to tell Lily it's not going to work?
I think she can be I can be a bit stubborn, so I spend a bit working on it and then finally admit it's not happening after, I don't know, half an hour of trying things.
Cool. Eventually, the failure is something you can't avoid talking about, and Lily just throws the stupid. Damn it. I hate when you can't, it's just not going to happen. It sucks.
Yeah, there's a lot that's hard to fix.
Just wasted like an hour of your time.
I needed a break. We just got back from a mission, so
Yeah? Cool.
yeah, we took down some guys that said they're working for Black Rose, but we've never heard of them, so that was a dead end for now.
Me either. Scry and Roulette and I, we just got back from, we were able to meet with these people, these weirdos called the MJs, like a brother and sister, and they're a pot connection. So, I mean, the forts, I don't have a pot connection. Masha doesn't want me to
Yeah,
smoke it.
of course.
Plus, it is a little strong. So,
Yeah.
Well, let's cut to certainty. After Reflex and Tumble ahead their separate ways, what is certainty up to?
I think yeah, I think she'll take the soup and as she's heading towards the Event Horizon Theater and her where she's settled down, she's drinking the soup and then alternately drinking the, the chunky soup or using her included spoon or whatever, and just kind of looking around to see who's here. Just trying to think if there's
Are there any in particular characters you saw that you want your character to interact with?
Interested to kind of meet Short Circuit, if Short Circuit's around, kind of just checking on all the lights and such around the place.
Yeah.
I'm sure that he hangs out in the basement, but I mean I'm sure he's got to check the facility on a regular basis. So
He does. Yeah, as you're hanging out eating soup, Short Circuit comes in. He's got a brand new one of those long poles with the little grabber at the end to pull light bulbs, and he probably has at the end of it he's tied a garbage bag, or not a garbage bag, but like a grocery bag, plastic grocery bag with a few cases of bulbs in it. So he starts extending it and twisting out a couple bulbs that he knows out. He notices you're there. Hey, the soup good today?
I think
Yesterday's mushroom was terrible. I think it was bad.
Hey, I mean, it's what you can get for the mushrooms, right? I mean, it's you can't be completely fresh. Although I wish he had kind of waited until I was able to, kind of dimension pocket the thing and then see if I could grab some fresh mushrooms from, from someplace native to it. But yeah, no, I mean, it's like today's soup is really good. I mean, if you like minestrone, it's really good.
Like, do you ever run out of powers? Do you ever run out of juice? Sometimes I get a little wiped.
I mean, it's weird, right? Because supposedly this just started happening when I started getting chemical therapy. But I mean, I feel like there's like this vibration in the back of my head. And I feel like it's always on, right? It feels like maybe you feel this, like, when you can sense there's a TV on in like the other room, or if like,
Yeah.
one of the lights or something outside in the street is kind of buzzing. It's kind of like that. But it feels like it's coming from way out there, and then she's gesturing to, like, if we see any kind of display of stars and cosmic cosmic gas or whatever, it,
Mm-hmm.
it it feels like that. It feels like I'm always tied in. So, I mean, it might run
Yeah,
out.
it sucks.
What?
Just the idea of running out and then you like lose, you lose your connection. I don't go out like outdoors, where there's no electricity, although it's LA, so there's not many places like that, but it's terrible going out in the desert. Feel all disconnected. I can't hear the hum anymore. Messes me up.
Huh?
You ever change something and wish you hadn't?
What do you mean?
Like you can change stuff
Yeah.
or broke something you couldn't fix.
If I knew before I could even imagine where everyone is, where my parents are, or my friends, and like reach in to that place and try to, I don't know, pull them out or see, where they are, to at least be able to communicate somehow. I mean, I don't know, but I don't feel them, right? I mean, it's not like the energy that courses, out there or even in here. And this is where she does like a little turn with her fingers, and then she creates what would be like a little ball of electricity. It's not something like this, you know?
He grins and he'll
She tosses
he'll
it to him.
reach out. Yeah. He like he's hesitant, but he wants to share in that, and you toss it to him. He catches it, and twists it, and it does that like with
Mhm.
the electricity arcs back and forth between his hands, almost like a cat's cradle.
Yep.
And
You can keep that, I don't, I'm
yeah,
not gonna let it dissipate, you know?
nice. We I feel like our powers have a certain kind of synergy. That sounds terrible, right? Maybe I'll take that back. Yeah, let's just ignore I said that.
Okay. I don't know what you just said.
Oh, good. Did you just change reality?
No. I was agreeing with you because you
Cool.
wanted to.
Awesome. I should finish
Oh,
up, but
oh yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm interrupting you. I'm yeah.
no, it's good. Good workout on the freeway. I listened to 616 and they were bitching about it, so it obviously had to be good. Hate that guy.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully we're doing good. It's hard to tell, right? I mean, just trying to hold down the fort, if I can use that expression.
Nobody's used that expression here at the fort in the last 3 years. You're the first one ever. Good job.
Thank you.
He grins and then he pulls out his pole and starts reaching for another light bulb.
Yeah, and she just raises her soup thermos and just kind of toasts him and then goes back to drinking. And but she's got like when she goes back to sketching and writing in her journal, she'll like kind of surreptitiously look over her soup thermos at him, like just like, okay.
Nice. He of course occasionally looks back at you, but there's obviously some embarrassment. He doesn't look for long. Whenever he sees you looking, he finds something else to look at, and eventually he'll leave, claiming he has other light bulbs he's got to deal with and stuff. Grunt, what about you?
I think I might be hanging out with Siggy, maybe.
Nice.
Maybe while I'm fixing something on my motorcycle, or maybe we have a truck that kind of belongs to the fort, and there were all these trucks and they weren't going to use them anymore, so they didn't need part X. I have no idea what it's called, but Grunt does. So I'm trying to use that to fix up some stuff there while talking to Ziggy.
Yeah, so you're working on vehicle and Siggy's.
Yeah.
Siggy's gonna be your backup. He'll hand you tools. He's kind of like your caddy if you were.
Yeah, that's nice.
You were a golfer.
Yeah, I mean he's producing smoke. That's all I need.
This is So, you knew that guy?
Yeah, I met him. Josh, yeah, I met him.
You guys know each other. Like, is there some kind of henchman convention or something you used to go to?
No, there's not that I'm aware of. I was never invited to any henchman convention. No. The
LA convention center's got wild stuff sometimes. It could happen.
I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I was never invited. It's what I'm saying. Could totally be a thing. No, what
You're scary strong. Why wouldn't I figured you were in like big demand or something?
I don't know. I was in it was mostly my sister was running the Queen's Beagle Busters, so I just tagged along.
Beagle Busters?
Yeah.
Like a dog thing?
No, it's like the Beagle Boys from the Disney thing. Because we're robbing banks and stuff like that.
That's some really interesting theming.
That was her thing. Okay, it just tagged along. I wanted to be a mechanic actually, and he takes the truck and lifts it up and just fiddles around there. But then the Chitauri attacked and our mom died, and been fucked up ever since.
Sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I met Josh when we were casing out the same bank, and turns out that that was I don't know. There were about 4 crews casing out that bank, and we were one of them. We were a small one. He was part of a small one. So some other guys tried to take over the bank, and then they got hit by, I think, Tony Stark. And the good thing that we didn't. We went for a beer afterwards and congratulated ourselves on not getting met by Tony Stark.
Fuck S.H.I.E.L.D., man. And Tony Stark can go to hell.
Yeah, well, didn't he? He's still around, right?
Fuck him anyway.
Yeah. Well, a lot of good people were taken, and a lot of people were taken, and probably not good people.
Yeah.
I probably have to stretch the definition of that a bit, but still,
We all lost people. It's okay.
No. Well,
It's not like you're going to get counseling or whatever here, but
I think they have a counseling. They set up a counseling service with Captain America back on the East Coast. Have you heard that?
East Coast.
I mean, I'm from the East Coast. I'm from Queens. Like, well,
You're from Queens?
That's why we're the Queens Beaglebusters. We're from Queens, me and my sister.
Oh, I thought you meant that your sister was the queen of the Beagle
No.
Busters.
Well, she was, but no, that came actually from the place.
Wow. East Coast like forever ago. When the snap happened, like there's so many jets that went down.
Yeah. I couldn't stay there without my sister. It didn't make any sense.
Well, it's cool that you're here.
Yeah, I might actually be a better person or something, running with a second floor crew.
Yeah, you guys are pretty great. You're no scavengers, but you stopped those tankers. That was good.
Yeah. I mean, that certainty, she's something, right? Turn a gun into a banana.
That's terrifying.
I mean,
Like,
I can
not even
fold a
low
gun,
grade, but just like straight up terrifying.
right? I mean, I can fold a gun into a banana, but that's it.
His little lizard eyes narrow. He says, I gotta see that. He heads over, starts rumbling through some of the totally mismatched random tools and the like. And he opens up one of the toolboxes. He pulls out a little, like a Ruger, checks it, makes sure that it's not loaded, and then tosses it to you. This one, bend it like a banana.
Okay. I'm kind of art crafted a little. I'm not very good at this, but it will have a banana shape afterwards.
He like leans in. Whoa. Oh man, how did you get your powers? Are you like some kind of crazy experiment? Were you born this way?
I was born this way. When I was a teenager, I basically started. I started going to the gym, and then one day, I don't know. I just lifted the whole gym thing, training apparatus up, and people were like, "Oh, hey, Keith, that's not normal." And I was
Yeah.
like, okay, yeah, I guess.
I would have shit my pants. That's crazy.
Yeah, but my
How old
sister.
were you? Were you like teenager or
Yeah, 14, I think.
puberty thing? Cool. You're probably a mutant.
Yeah, I'm probably a mutant. That's what my sister said.
Neat. I'm a different kind of mutant. I was born a lizard man. There's like a whole
It's kind of
thing.
cool. Are you
Thanks.
cold-blooded? I learned in school that's the one thing I remember about lizards, that they're cold-blooded and need warmth.
Yeah, that's why I live in LA, man.
Oh, okay.
When it gets
Nice.
cold, I pretty much just go to sleep for a
Oh,
while.
oh, okay. I'll remember not to turn the AC up when it works at all.
I mean, it won't kill me. It just makes me really sleepy and lethargic and stuff. It sucks, but
Yeah.
what are you gonna do? Some people don't like it hot.
I don't mind the heat.
You don't?
No, I mean, dude, I'm bulletproof. A little heat's gonna do nothing.
Like Luke Cage.
I
Did you
don't
meet
know.
him?
No, I did never met anyone with a really big name. I saw Spider-Man once and ran away.
Oh, right, because he was probably gonna like Spider-Man you or something.
Yeah, I do not like spiders.
They, they the right kind of sauce. They're pretty good.
Okay, fine. Sorry. that creeps me out. They creep me out anyway, but eating them. I mean, I guess it's fine if you're.
Take your power back. Eat the spiders. I'm gonna make you some spiders. And you're gonna eat them.
No,
And you'll be like, Sig, man, you were so right. These spiders hit the spot.
no, Sig, no, please don't. I really don't know. Really don't want to eat spiders.
Okay.
Sorry.
You're missing out.
Yeah,
I thought that
okay.
about escargot. And I thought, what are these rich people doing? And it turns out it's pretty great.
I don't even know what that is.
It's like snails.
I don't eat snails either.
You could, though.
I don't
fixed
wanna.
right. They're great.
But there's fries, okay? There's fries and there's mac and cheese, and you don't need to eat spiders or snails.
Adventurous. Okay.
No.
I respect your palate. It's fine.
Good.
I know how to drive you away now. I'll just eat spiders. Not that I'm going to drive you away or anything, man, but like, it's good to know.
Yeah. Okay. Look at that. I think I fixed it.
Hey,
Maybe.
cool. Hey, not only are you super strong, you're like actually good at this stuff. That's cool.
Mm.
Cool. Is there anything more you wanted from the scene?
No, I'm happy with the scene.
Excellent. Then let's check in with Reflex as you come into the gift shop with Gift Bag, who I think Gift Bag is right now. He's got a little remote control when you come in. He's trying to align the satellite dish to make sure that the FIFA game, like he's got a secondary feed and he's watching it and it starts to get a little sparkly. So he's like moving the dish around. Hey, Liam.
Hey Theo, what's up?
I just, some people want to see the game. Okay, I wanted to see the game, but they seem to be watching it. So win-win.
I picked up some In-N-Out on the way back. I got you a burger. Here you go.
Oh my
Toss
God.
it over.
You're the best. These people, they don't understand. They think soup's fine, and it is fine in a pinch,
That's great, but a little variety, right?
Spice of life. Spice of life. Hey, everything okay? You guys?
Yeah, we did all right. Say, when you're done with the FIFA, you don't happen to have any access to any law enforcement databases, Shield, anything like that? We're just trying to. We ran across some new folks and wanted to get a beat on them.
Okay. Yeah. Well, so, Scry's got all old, outdated passwords, but I was at least able to use that to figure out the Shield database structure, and usually I'm pretty lucky. I can get in.
Is there like a field for Hydra, yes or no, in there?
Bunch of fuck ups. Can't believe they let Nazis into there. Like, you'd think that their interviewing process would have been a little stronger. I'm just saying, they are.
I'm not
pretty
surprised.
Important. Okay, well, let's see if we can figure out something. What do you want to know about?
Yeah, we're looking for two things. Black Rose is the organization, apparently, a new crime syndicate in town. They think they're pretty hot. We'll find out. Eel is the Eel. I'm not sure if that's a name or a title. Apparently, they got one running the show. So anything you can pick up on either of those would be super cool.
All right. Yeah. I okay. Let's. And he finishes fiddling with the satellite dish, and he goes over to this kind of one of those hard case laptops and opens it up, starts typing in, and you see he starts trying to log into the Shield local database, and I think you see he's going down the wrong path for the key sequence.
Yeah.
He's not going to get in. What do you do?
just shoulder surf and see if I can like see a future that works for him and
Give me
point him in the
a.
right direction. Yeah.
I think let's call this a time roll. So you got a pretty good chance to help out.
Time is 5. Sweet. And it's just a d6.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 1.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so I was like put my hand on his shoulder, like slow down, slow down. Okay, yeah. And then just guide his keystrokes.
Nice. You finish it. Rat-a-tat-tat, clack, clack, and boom, you're in. He starts looking up. Let's start with the Black Rose. Black Rosie searches on that, and you find entries that are pre-snap for something called the Black Rose Syndicate. It's an East Coast criminal organization that disappeared. It dropped off the map when the snap hit. Evidently, they lost several very important figures, access to funding, people who knew the right passwords. It's mostly hearsay, there's documentation. And within that, there's mention of a person by the name of Edward Lavelle.
Lavelle.
And that becomes important when you then cross-reference to look up the eel, as you find that Edward Lavelle is the eel. The eel's uses a battle suit that gives him the ability to generate energy, project lightning bolts, electrify things. He can generate a light aura insulated from his own powers, and also
Johnny be no good against him.
Yeah, Johnny would not be very good at all. And also his costume exudes a grease-like substance, which makes it difficult for opponents to get and maintain a firm grip on him.
Gross.
Very gross. But yeah, that's the guy. It seems like he has risen to prominence in the Black Rose Syndicate.
Theo, can you get any schematics or any of your science computer stuff on that suit?
I could download what notes they have. That's fine, no problem. He sticks a little thumb drive in there and tries to pull down all of the notes that they have. There's no schematics on the suit itself, but there are notes that there are power limitations within the design based on consultation with Stark Industries. So there are some noted weaknesses, like it can only generate so much power for so long.
I'm sure this means something to someone. I will give this to whoever it makes sense to.
Good.
Can you get
good stuff.
Once the game is over, can you get some horse racing up there?
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah. Although, half the horses win too, but it's been a couple of years.
I mean, I'm not allowed
Yeah. I'll see what I can find.
Yeah. Just for old time's sake.
You're not gonna. You're not. It never works out for you when you bet, Liam.
Yeah. No. I mean,
Be
the bets work out, but the aftermath not so great.
Exactly. I don't know. We should work on some kind of Bitcoin solution for you, so maybe you could do the thing without paying for it. Paying for it being getting in trouble.
Yeah. I'm real good at getting into trouble. It's kind of my thing, I guess.
You think that you'd be better at not getting in trouble?
I'm good at seeing outcomes. I'm not really great at seeing how people are going to react.
You don't think that secretly you want to be caught, do you?
I try not to think about it too much. It's not something I can change as far as I can tell. I mean, I've tried. So it's kind of it's like bad weather. It's kind of try to walk through the raindrops, and if you get wet, you get wet.
It's a pretty good attitude. Okay. Okay. He like pops on one of the cams that's showing people. There's not many people watching FIBA. Let's flip over the racetrack now. And he starts angling the satellite dish, and I think maybe we'll call that scene there. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. As I said, I wanted to carve off some time at the end for stars and wishes. It's not a big cliffhanger ending. I hope everybody's okay with the more chill, everybody hanging out the fort ending. Let's do some wishes. So 2-shot. So please give me wishes to set milestones for what happens in our finale. Who'd like to go first? We start with wishes so we can end with stars. Wishes are, I love it if this thing happened, or wish can also be system related. I'm still confused about X or Y, or it would be nice if we could do blah, blah, blah type ideas. So who'd like to step forward with some wishes?
I mean, I wish for a fight, maybe a big action thingy where we get to hit a bad guy and have some monologuing of that bad guy, because that feels like the system and the setting for it.
For sure. I agree. And that will certainly happen.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm wishing for the obvious. Also, more of the same stuff. I would like have some scenes and with the other characters, maybe at least a little to talk to one of them. That would be nice.
I agree. I'd like to see that as well. Cool. Thanks, Sabine. Who else has wishes?
Yeah, I think mines are pretty much along the lines of Sabine's. Just would like to do a superpower fight and have some nice scenes with the other folks.
For sure. Mads, any wishes?
A couple. That little ball of excuse me, that little ball of electricity coming back to, just to call back or to bite me in the ass as a cliffhanger for the finale, for our end. But also maybe, talking with one of the other characters and like kind of just seeing again, like maybe a post credit scene on the show where it's like, somehow certainty is able to give us a window maybe of a possibility for if we were going to continue the show, like, what we would see in the window.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Cool. Dig that. Mari, what about you?
Pretty much the same as Mark and Sabine, especially downtime with the other PC characters.
All right. You went last with wishes, so you get to go first with stars. Did you have any stars from our session, Mari?
I like the set of characters we have and personalities that shine through. I like the window thing for Certainty's powers and the describing that.
That was cool. Very much. Thanks, Mari. What about you, Mads? Any stars?
I love Grunt's willingness to just jump right on in there, he's our version of the Hulk, but still has his faculties around him, and just again doing it the way that Grunt knows how best to do it. And then same with Tumble, and then Reflex being, I guess, in another different system would be I guess the brains, but I mean having that extra capacity to be able to see the possibilities, but then try to swipe through all of them in a matter of microseconds. I mean, that's just awesome. So yeah, I mean, a bunch of what is it, the way the powers were utilized in our big scene of this action opening. I mean, it was great. So I really enjoyed that a lot.
For sure. Me too. Love how ingenious these characters are. They're all very fresh and new and different. They feel like indie comic stuff, which is the greatest compliment I personally could pay. That's what I love, is really weird powers that we haven't seen before, or inventive uses of them. Mark, what about you? Any stars you'd like to hand out?
Yeah, for starts, for running this new system and making it a good time. I love that. It's always a good time. Everyone's characters, yeah, everyone's playing uh, the the uniqueness of who they are. I really enjoyed the personal scenes with the side characters. You get to see a little bit of everyone's stuff. It was really great because we got the contrast with the action and then the like uh, background and whatnot. Yeah, yeah, just having a good time overall. One of the breaks I went out and met my partner in the kitchen, and they're like, you're glowing. You look really happy right now." I was like, "Yeah, it's a really fun time with a lot of great people, so I'm really enjoying it."
Awesome. That's fantastic. Sabine, bring us home. What stars did you have?
Yeah, and also stars for the character keeper, which kind of helps us all visualize the characters, visualize the system, and stars to all the NPCs. They're all very fun. And I think that was reflected in the scenes we had with them. Also stars for the observatory as a place, and I know that's in the setting, but still, it's a great thing that we get to hang out there and have all this stuff. And yeah, also, I mean, stars to 3 trucks with nitrogen. Okay, that was easier solved than it appeared at first, but it was nice, a nice challenge. And yeah, and I like seeing the whatever uncertainty will cook up between her hands next. I feel we have a lot of very inventive powers, and then we have me, who is just lift
I
stuff,
love it.
throw
You-
stuff.
You ground us. You ground us with
Yeah,
a power I
can
love.
I can ground everything. You don't get far into the sky if I'm grounding you. No, sorry, but I love doing this. So I love playing it. Basically a grunt. That is a lot of fun for me.
It's great.
Oh,
Excellent.
Stars for Grunt's real name, Kevin. I love it. Oh my god.
It is a cool name. I
Yeah, me
agree
too.
with that star for sure. All right. Well, with that, we will bring this recording and session to a close. Thank you all for giving this a shot. I really appreciate the characters you created, and I can't wait to bring this adventure to a close next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.